Hi everyone, Aiden here with etrailer. And today we're going to be taking a look at and showing you how to install this CURT Class 3 custom fit trailer hitch receiver on our 2021 Ford Ranger. Now if your Ranger didn't come with the factory hitch and you're looking to either tow a trailer or use this for any other accessory like a cargo carrier or bike rack, this is going to be the best way to do that because it gives you a 2" by 2" receiver tube here, and that's going to work with most accessories out there. For those accessories, it's going to use a standard 5/8" pin and clip. These aren't included with the hitch, so you will need to pick up one separately. But chances are, if you're also picking up a ball mount like our etrailer ball mount, that will come with its own hitch pin and clip, so you won't need to worry about it in that case. And then you do have this loop style safety chain loop on the bottom. That's going to work with your smaller S-hooks or maybe some larger clevis hooks like this one here. Now this hitch is going to give you a weight capacity of 6,000 pounds. That's your gross trailer weight rating, the weight it can pull behind it, including the trailer and all the weight loaded up on it. And it's going to give you a maximum tongue weight of 900 pounds. That's the maximum downward pressure on the end of the receiver tube. Now, if you're using this with weight distribution, that tongue weight will remain unchanged, but that gross trailer weight rating will bump up slightly to 8,000 pounds. Of course, that's just the ratings for the hitch. Be mindful of what your truck is rated for, check your owner's manual, and go by the lowest rated component. As far as some measurements go, from the center of the hitch pin hole to the outer edge of the bumper here, it's going to be about 3.5 inches. That'll let us know if we are using a folding accessory like a bike rack, if it'll clear. And then from the ground to the top inside edge of the receiver tube here, we're looking at 18.5 inches. That's going to be really helpful for determining whether or not for a ball mount we'll need a rise or a drop to match up and be level with our trailer. More than likely you'll probably need a little bit of a drop. Now as far as the install goes, it's going to be really straightforward. You just got to take out a couple of factory bolts and reinstall them with the hitch in place. Overall, not too bad. It's just that those bolts are really tight and they have a high torque spec. So if you don't have the tools, the time, or the desire to do it yourself, you can certainly use our dealer locator tool. Find an installer near you who can help you get that installed and torqued down properly. And if you decide this is the right hitch for you and it's going to work well for you and your Ranger, leave us a review, leave a comment on this video, let us know how you're using it and how it's working out for you. But if you do want to follow along with the install and see how we got it in place, stick around and we'll show you how we did it. Now to begin our installation, we want to look under the vehicle to our bumper beam and find 2 bolts where it attaches to our frame rail here. We will need to remove these, but to make sure that the bumper support doesn't fall down, we need to clamp it in place. Just off to the side, there's 2 tabs, one on the bumper support and one on the frame here that are conveniently right together, so we can take a clamp, sandwich those together, and repeat that process on the other side just to make sure that it's held securely. With those secured, we can take a 21mm socket and undo these bolts. Now I will say these are tight. I broke them loose a little bit off camera, so if you don't have an extra long socket or a breaker bar, you might want to pick one up and just get all these removed, and be careful with them because we will be reusing them. Now, these threads are pretty clean on ours. Our Ranger isn't too old at the time of filming, but it may be a good idea to go through with some penetrating oil and a tube brush and just clean them out. For us today, honestly, I think we're just gonna be fine with the tube brush on its own, just getting some of the dirty debris out of there that came out when the bolts were removed. But you can always just check with the bolts and make sure they thread back in smoothly, which for us they do. And then you can go grab a friend to help you lift the hitch. I've got my friend Dustin here helping me lift this hitch into place. We'll just get it lined up with those holes and pop our factory bolts in and just get one started on each side by hand so that it holds itself up in place. Once you've got one started on each side, the rest is going to be a lot easier. And again, we're just getting these started hand tight. And we'll just get all these bolts snugged down before breaking out our torque wrench to fully tighten them up. Now, when you're torquing these down, you will want to check the instructions to find the manufacturer's specifications, but I will say it's a very high torque spec, so even if you do have a small torque wrench at home, you may consider picking up a larger one or going to a local auto parts store where you can check one out or rent one. But you just want to go through and get all of those torqued down so you can drive away safely. At this point, just remember to remove those clamps we attached earlier, and then you're done. Overall, it's a super simple install process, and it's going to leave your Ranger a whole lot more functional. Again, my name's Aiden here with eTrailer, and thanks for watching.